May we start?
Yes. What is the Akashic Records?
The Akashic Records. Well, as they said, my name is Jennifer Soto, and my galactic name is Dear Hugh, and I am manifesting on Earth as a galactic warrior, here to expand love, compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude on this planet, so those suffering can find joy in the midst of chaos and live soul's end for life. And that all goes in with discovering ourselves through the Akashic Records and finding out the nuances of life that some people stumble over for years. I stumbled on my nuances for 50 years. And when you clear up the conversation, you're able to move forward with confidence and really, really come into who you are as an individual on this planet. That leads us into a conversation about energy and how it works and what are the Akashic Records. And the primer 101 is that the word Akash or Akasha in Sanskrit really refers to the ether of the universe, which many people don't know what that is. But when we're talking about the spirit realm, it is the place where energy is stored. We have an energetic signature, each individual. And if we go even further back to energy, vibration, and light, all that is in the universe is represented through vibration, which creates a frequency that generates energy. And energy at high rates and low rates can create actual matter. Without going into quantum physics and the science of it all, in essence, that the vibration and the energy and the light of the primordial universe created mass that became disorder. And at the Big Bang point, which is the point of reference that most people understand, that explosion caused chaos, which then is now where we live, which is still chaotic, if you ask me.
True.
But as energy and vibration and light combines at a frequency level, that energy cannot be destroyed. It can be reused and repurposed, but it can't be destroyed. And energy leaves a signature everywhere it goes. So if there is a repository of energy, let's call it a card catalog of the library, where everything that happened, will happen, and can happen is registered in the card catalog. All you need to do is find the catalog, open the drawer, pull out the card, and you know what you're looking at. And so the Akashic Records is that electronic, if you will, or energetic repository for information that is put out by humans, by plants, every living thing in the universe, which includes crystals, air, clouds. Everything is vibration, and vibration is the foundation of life, and it's also the definition. If you look at a table right here, energetically at the quantum physics level, the very, 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 very tiny level, there is vibration. It's very low because this table is static, it's hard, it's not going anywhere, but there is vibration. So everything in the universe has vibration, which creates energy, which writes its signature on the Akashic Records.
Okay.
In the audience. And so when I turned and looked at the stage and they said, here's our winner XYZ, I was so stunned and shocked because I had done my best and I didn't even get honorable mention. And I was really hurt. And that was when I was 6. Well, that turned into a karmic pattern of my own that no matter how hard I try, no matter how beautiful I think my drawing is, it's never going to be enough. And that stayed with me. And that feeling of inadequacy continued for many years until I found through the Akashic Records that was a trigger for me. And so it caused me in adult life to not try, or to try really hard, but without the expectation of success and hitting the bar. And that is a terrible way to live, because we should all live to our best with an expectation and an intention to do our best and to earn what we want. Yet if we don't take control of our intention, we'll never attain what we really want.
Exactly.
And to attain what you really want, all you have to do is believe you can have it, intend to get it, and then create it. Because we're not just here experiencing life, we are here creating our life. Working in the Akashic Records, when you do your work in the Akashic Records and you set your belief, follow with your intention, which is powering your actions in the Akashic Record, that becomes your permanent record. And that goes out into the universe of success. And so when I say I am doing the work to heal my family and we will be reunited in love, compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude, that is a statement of actual reality that will be realized when the time is ready for all of us. That is in the Akash, and it will always be in the Akash. And now we just have to wait for us to walk in there and get it. Stop talking, stop walking, stop moving, stop everything that is causing chaos. Look, look inside to see what's going on, and then listen to your guides, listen to what's coming out of the Akash. And when you do that, we teach our children to stop, look, and listen before they cross the street so they don't get run over. And when you stop, look, and listen at your own self through the Akashic Records, you will no longer run over yourself, and you will no longer allow other people to run over you, because you'll know where you are, who you are, and what you're supposed to be doing. You literally find a path to your destiny, and then you create the life that you want walking on that path. But at the same time, some people really need deep work. They need to come in, they need to work with me to find out, where have I been? How do I deal with that? How do I really find out those answers? Because you might have an area of your life that's been highlighted, but you don't know how to clean that house. You didn't even know that house existed. That's when working with me through the Freedom Program, you learn about energy, you learn about light and vibration. You understand a little bit of the quantum physics that explains why the words that come out of your mouth are so important. When you say, oh, I hope I get this, when you say I hope, it means that you're acknowledging that there's also failure, 50-50. So you're tossing the cards out there saying, I sure hope I get that, rather than saying, I've set my intention to get that and it's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean it was wrong. It just means you didn't need it.
Only if you knew that at 6 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
A quick little analogy is God came to a woman who had a 3-year-old and he said, I'm going to give you a gift. Your son's going to have the intelligence of an adult, and he's going to be able to ask you 3 questions. You can only answer the question out to what it's asked. You can't go off into a tangent. You can answer 3 questions, and the mom's like, right on, I'm going to tell him everything that I want to tell him. So the son, wakes up and says, hi, Mom, how are you? And she said, hi, ask me your first question. And he said, why is the sky blue? She's like, the sky's blue because that's a light that reflects up to and it comes back clearly, and that's why the sky's blue. What's your next question? He's like, oh, why is the sun yellow? Oh, man. Well, the sun's yellow because of the color of the rays, and that's limited. She can't answer. And then he asked, and she goes, what's your last question? Make it a good one. And he said, well, why is the grass green? So she said, chlorophyll and reflects green, and that was it. And then he went back to being 3, and she's like, God, why didn't he ask me something more important? And he said, well, what do you think he should have asked you? She goes, I don't know. I just wish he had asked me something better. And then God said, well, the only real question that we should ask is, what do I need to know? If you ask the Akashic Records, what do I need to know? You're going to get what you need to know. And sometimes it's a little tiny flicker of information. Don't turn left, turn right. And then you come and work with me, and we find out what is on the right. And what is stopping you? What is in your history? What is in your karma that is stopping you from seeing that right turn and then making that right turn or left turn? It's those nuances that people may not understand right off, but been working with the Akashic Records practitioner, working with me on the program, how to find real joy in the midst of chaos and stop creating chaos you don't understand. The Akash has nuances like you got, and it also has earth-shattering information for people who need it.
Well, that's what you were explaining to me before, and you may hear stuff that you don't want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And
when I had my first Akashic Records reading, and Emily was asking me, she said, wow, I see energy like sparks flying out of your fingertips. Do you play the piano? And I said, no, I don't. And she goes, wow, you really have these sparks coming out of your fingers. And she said, and I realized that, and I said, I used to play the violin. And after her reading, we were talking, reflecting, and she said, tell me more about the violin. And she said, do you still play? And I said, no. And she said, why not? And I immediately started crying, deep within. And she said, okay, what's going on? And I said, well, I played violin in elementary. I started when I was 9. 9 is an important age for me. I started playing at 9, played through junior high, played through high school. And then when I was 17, when I got pregnant, I dropped out of school and got married, I lost my music. I lost the violin. And I never went back to it because I was too busy. And many years later, I actually did play the violin at Fullerton College in the orchestra because I had to get a 1-credit class. And it was a rebirth of my music soul. The instructor, I was a good 40 some odd years old by then, and the instructor asked me, how you doing? And I said, my spirit is soaring, but my shoulders are killing me. And I realized that I lost music. And I needed to get back into it. And after the Akashic Records reading, I went to the music store. I took my violin, got a violin tune-up. I bought a music book, and I might have sounded like a hinky-dinky, but I loved it. I found my music again. And that music is what I have I will always resonate with it. And it identified for me something that was missing that I hadn't even thought about. And then I had to go back and look at, why did I lose that and what happened? It's a door opener.
I mean,
Being here today on your radio show, I would like to offer the listeners an opportunity to go to my website, soulzenforlife.com, and read a little bit about my story and send me an information. And those that respond and would like to schedule an Akashic record read, I will also add a past, present, and future oracle card reading, which can help you kind of trigger what was that and what do I do with it and where am I going with it? And so you can see like a bridge to understanding before or after the Akashic record. And that when you use the tools together, wow, it just really sends you into the other side of understanding. And then if you're interested in working with me on a short-term or a long-term basis, I'm happy to. I am a Akashic life coach. I help people find what happened in the past, how it's affecting them today, and how could they change for the better in the future. And I'm more than welcome to a 15-minute clarity call or a triage call, because most of the people that do call me are in crisis. They just don't know it, and some do. And that's when I come in as a triage, an energetic spiritual paramedic, and help them stand up, stand straight, be strong, and learn so they can walk forward.
And to clarify, like you're mentioning a phone call, you can work with anybody anywhere.
Anybody, anywhere. I do my readings on Zoom, which I have been doing since we all had to stay home. And with a personal read, one-on-one, some people really like that because they can feel a deeper set of energy that I admit. And we do some practices like the holding your space and holding your energy and feeling your energy field.
I've been doing that since you guys taught me.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
I'm just like, just go like that. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, and when you feel your energy field and you can hold it in your hands, that's a beautiful experience. People don't even know how that is. We can also do that on a Zoom, and energy walks through walls. Energy travels through space and time, and energy is always around us. So let's tap into that energy and find out what it's trying to say to you.
All right, great. Any more plugs before we wrap this up?
Those are all my plugs, I think.
All right. Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you around for sure. Thanks, Jennifer.
All right. Thank you, guys.
You're listening to Tastemakers
with Zbrah and Geebs.